Hello, my dear viewers. Welcome to this reading. This reading is for all Pisces, and it's a message. It's three message reading, three important factors for you, and it's for any time. It's timeless. You can use it now. You can use it anytime you click on it. Those three messages are going to be very important at that time. So that's the intention I've put in it. I hope you'll enjoy it. I hope it supports you seeing what's coming and what's there for you to know. My best wishes to all of you for 2026. Happy New Year. I wish you prosperity, abundance of joy and happiness and safety for you and your loved ones. My dear Pisces, I'm in gratitude to all of you being here. Gratitude for those of you who are supporting me, watching those 2 extra videos per week in support of my health. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here and wish you all my best. Now, I will start first by doing the first most important factor in your life that you need to deal with. Then I'll go second and third. And it doesn't have to be in that order. I just nominate the order, but it's all about 3 important messages for you. So I'm starting the first one with this sector here. I'm going to take 2 messages. Actually, I'll start first with this one. I'm going to take 1 message for you for right now. And there it is, straight away. And it's called On Target. You are on target doing whatever it is that you're doing, but you are on target, which is really wonderful. I'm going to take 2 more messages for this section here, the truth for all Pisces. So I got the first one and now the second one, and we'll talk about this situation. Okay, so you are ending something that was quite very difficult for you to end, but you're ending it. It wasn't something that you were, it wasn't something that was anybody's fault. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't somebody else's fault. It was part of destiny. It had to come to an end, even though someone was left in the cold, someone might have felt betrayed, some sort of misfortune might have happened, some sort of loss of money might have happened. There could have been someone a little bit greedy, maybe after too much money, and that could have been a big battle. And I can see that this is coming to an end, and you are in the process of healing from a very karmic chapter, my dear Pisces. It wasn't easy. It was very karmic, and it's over. It could have been a relationship or a work relationship or business. It could have been anything. But the reality is you are following your ideal path now, and you're on target, and things are going to get better, and success is destined for you. You are destined for great success, so you have nothing to worry about. Now, I'm going to take on a few more messages to help us understand this further, to see what else that the universe or the heavens want to add to this. Okay, so we got 1, and I'm going to take just 1 more. And there's the other one. Right. It does look like to me that your spirituality has helped you big time. Being very much into your faith, into your spiritual belief, your principles, your religion, perhaps for some of you, family values. Some of you, this was to do with marriage. I can see this marriage here and the structure of your marriage. It was a karmic one. It was done traditionally, and it was all like a programmed kind of, it's maybe an arranged marriage. So it does look, it was very challenging, extremely challenging, but you are left with your faith, and that is very important. The other factor is, it looks to me like maybe you were dealing with someone that was, what's the word I'm looking for? Methodical, maybe. Someone dependable. While you were sort of trying your best to be grounded and solid in your duties or in your dealing with this situation, but things were stuck. I think like a lot of your efforts look like to me they were not appreciated. You felt like unappreciated, and things were stuck, but things are going to be moving on. They're not going to be stuck for too long. What I'm going to do now is take at least 2 more tea leaves in reference to this section, to see what else is needed here. The truth for Pisces for this section here. I'm going to cut it. There's the first one. And the second one You have been on the defense side. I can see that. It hasn't been easy. And it's a broken bridge. It means it was destined to come to an end. This was a situation that was unsuccessful. All your attempts, everything you came up with to heal the situation was unsuccessful. And so this problem was to actually, the only way out of this was to end it. It was a karmic chapter and it had to end. Simple. It's not simple. The reason I say simple is that there was nothing in your hands that you could have prevented. There was nothing in the other person's hands. It had a time frame and it had to come to an end. But you do need to be very careful and you don't take any risks with the claw. Very, very cautious not to take any risks. That's very, very important. And that's that section there. Let's see what else is there for you to know. Maybe sometimes this can linger on and it might be, continuing. But I'm going to go for the second section. I'm going to take 2 cards, 2 messages. So we got the first one. You are relocating. You're leaving a situation. There is movement and there's choices about movement. The second one. Yes, because of an end of a relationship or a situation. This is the Tower that was imminent and destined to end. It was a karmic chapter that had to come to an end. So this did bring a big disruption in your life, but it's setting you free. You might not believe this yet. This freedom is going to bring you a lot of healing. Just being away from this horrific chapter, it took a lot out of you. This is freeing you. This is going to bring on something spiritual in your life. Someone spiritual is going to be entering your life after movement. You are moving. You are relocating. Now what I'm going to do is take out a few more messages. Actually, with the tea leaves to see what else they want to tell us in reference to this. This is something that you couldn't do anymore. It was time for it to end. Okay, we've got the Wall, which I'll talk about. I need 2 more. Or 1 more. This sector for Pisces. The Truth. And there it is. Okay, you are destined for a new chapter in your life. Before I talk about the new chapter, let me tell you about the Wall. Now, the Wall is about difficulties. It's about obstacles. It's about turns and a big turnaround in your life. A lot of trying this and it's not working, doing this and it has to go that way. So it has been, there's been obstacles, a lot of obstacles you had to deal with, but finally you will reach to a resolution with a lot of misunderstandings about the Wall. It's a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of different talks, a lot of different concepts that have been, around, but ultimately the misunderstanding has to be clarified, and it will. This is something that was supposed to end, and it is going to end. And the misunderstanding could be even the cause of it for it to end. Now, the ring shows that you are destined to marry again. You are destined for a new person in your life. This person is going to be someone wonderful. This person is going to be someone that you will honor and love and have so much. You will feel like you're rewarded by this person. This could also be for some of you an agreement, some sort of agreement. It can also be something to do with business, a new business. That could be all possible. Now I'm going to take 2 more messages in reference to this to see what else about this situation of movement and leaving a situation behind. What else is there for all Pisceans? Oh, too many folds here. Just bear with me. The Truth, here we go. Okay, I'm going to cut it now for this section here. So we've got 1. Yes, you are going to fall in deep love with someone. There's someone incredible entering your life. Now, there's going to be a lot of fulfillment coming your way. You might be now so stressed out in the process of your life disrupted, and as you are moving along and trying to see where to live and what to do and relocating and devastated about everything that has happened. But the fact of the matter is there's someone inspirational and spiritual coming in your life, someone even with psychic ability. This person you might have seen in your dream, you might have seen dreams about this person. Your sacrifices are going to be rewarded by this person. Believe it or not, this is so incredible. Your sacrifices for whatever you did in your relationship or marriage, or this, if it was business, whatever this may have been that's fallen apart, all your sacrifices are going to be rewarded by someone incredible that will fulfill you. And it's going to be love like you have never loved before, bliss like you have never felt before with this coming person in your life. Now, this person might have Neptune. Look at this, my dear Pisces. We have Neptune, which is your ruler. Someone very deep like yourself. You will have a lot of spirituality in common, a lot of enlightenment in common. It also shows to me that you are going to be, you will feel it as soon as you see this person, that this was all meant to be. You'll understand why this collapse happened. That is so incredible. Now I'm going to take on this third section here and see what this section is about to tell you. The truth for all Pisces. That's the first matter, second matter, and the third matter. I'm going to take 2 cards. There's the first one. You are going to be celebrating. That is magnificent. There's going to be a cause for celebration. Whenever you leave a karmic chapter, no matter how horrific it may be, or what losses you might be incurring, or perhaps some of you might be having difficulties dealing with, not being able to see your family, your children maybe. There may be restrictions for some time until you're settled, and then you settle that in. But you are celebrating, even though you are a little bit sad, feeling guilty maybe, sad, not quite happy. But it's all destined. This is all destined. Now what I'm going to do again, I'm going to take on a few more tea leaves to understand what the grief is all about and what the celebration is all about. The truth of this section. Okay, so there is a fair person, and there is something about July. You are meeting someone that's fair. It doesn't have to be a man. It could be a man or a woman. It could be any gender. But someone with fair complexions, like they're light. They might have light skin, they might have light hair, and something big happening in July. This person could also be strong. They might have strong Leo in them. They might have strong Cancer in them. But July, you're meeting this person, and you are going to be very happy. You are going to be absolutely celebrating. The grief, I want to get to know about the grief. What is the grief all about? Or feeling guilty, rather. What is this guilt that you feel? What is it about? What is Pisces guilt all about? I really want to know. And there it is. Let's see what it is. Spiritual love. I see. You might be feeling, some of you, this isn't for everyone, some of you might be in a very spiritual love with someone really wonderful, and you might be grieving, that you might be feeling guilty because there may be something that's telling you this is going to end. That is possible. Something that you're feeling that is going to end. I'm going to find out what it is. Sometimes, my dear Pisces, you can be very intuitive. Very, very intuitive. Let's just have a look at this. This is very important to see what is going, because there's spiritual love here. And why is the guilt? What is the guilt all about? The truth about the guilt, Pisceans. Right, let's have a look and understand this. Right, I see you working to create change, and I'm proud of that. So you are very proud of someone. This spiritual love that you have, spiritual love with someone, you're very proud of them, that they are working to create change and accomplishing everything that you've always wanted. You want to work on a mission with them, but then there is some problem, and that problem looks to me like there's a part of you that wants to be free. Maybe it's that freedom that might be causing this guilt, because a part of you wants to be free. I'll take one more. Oh, wait a second. Just one more, and there it is. It stepped out. Right. What you want is unconditional loving. There is unconditional loving. This person will love you unconditionally. But clearing something, there are some complexities, there are some obstacles that you need to clear so that you can remove the guilt. Maybe a part of it is your freedom. You want your freedom. Now this applies to different Pisces. I can see some Pisces here are they're going to meet someone, they're going to be falling in love with someone, and this person might have Cancer in them, possibly. This person is possible. So you are celebrating a lot. There's a lot to be happy because you ended a very difficult chapter. But then some of you are in a beautiful relationship, but concerned about the outcome because of feeling guilty, because you want your freedom, and yet you've met someone incredible. They've got spiritual love. They've got unconditional love. You're growing together. They're accomplishing everything they're supposed to. They're doing everything right by you. They're working to create everything you love, you want. And this is what probably is making you guilty, because there's a part of you that wants your freedom. That's one Pisces. Of course, different Pisces with different years of birth will relate to different areas. And there's some of you that are leaving a situation that was so complicated and so horrific, and you're resting from that. It's like, thank God it's over. But you've got to be careful not to take any risks if it's about business, not relationship. But I feel like for some of you it is, because there's a broken bridge and there is situations to do with traditions and marriage and so forth. And then there is the part here where you are about to relocate, you're about to start fresh after leaving a very difficult chapter of your life, learning a lot from it, and really reaching to a level where you cherish your peace and you just want peace. It was a very difficult, conflicting chapter, and you might have incurred a lot of losses and a lot of heartache. But now it's like, they're saying to me here, once this is over, you are going to be relocating. And once you relocate, you are going to be living a more comfortable life, a more peaceful life. And once you establish your peace, it is going to be so hard to compromise and start again. And that's why they're sending you, the heavens or the universe are sending you someone so incredible that you are going to fall head over heels, because you've had past lives together. You're so spiritually inclined, both so much alike, that you will be so overwhelmed. They will have Pisces in them. They will have strong fire energy in them. They might even have earth energy in them. But there is someone magical coming in your life, very spiritual, that will love you unconditionally. And that's when your life begins. And so does your happiness. On top of your peace, you will not negotiate your peace, because this person that you will meet is going to be so much like you. They too cherish their peace. They have reached a level where they don't want to compromise their peace. And you will merge together comfortably, without any pressure, and on the same level. And that is going to be magic. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Do give me a thumbs up, my dear Pisces. I wish you abundance of blessings, love and light, peace to each and every one of you. Namaste.